Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everybody to the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, your number one inspirational book coach, and I have taught hundreds of women how to be successful writing their books and generating a continuous stream of revenue. And that's something that I love teaching. And I could teach you that also. So hit the share button and don't forget to share this broadcast out with your friends. Today, we're going to be talking about um, how can you turn your passion, or put it this way, can your passion for writing be a platform for a viable opportunity? Can your passion for writing be a platform for a viable opportunity? And you remember the theme for this month is developing a wealthy mindset. Developing a wealthy mindset. So this may be a good time to, grab a pen and, a pad and write down some notes. Because today I'm going to give you something to really think about. Really think about it if you haven't thought about it before. Okay? So let us first define what the word passion means. Let us define that word passion. Passion is, how would we say this? It's a powerful force that pushes you toward a course of action. Now, you're deciding to write your book. Think about this. What is the message that you want to take to your ideal audience? What is that message? I know I'm going to be talking about a lot of things, but it's going to all make sense, okay? When you're thinking about, can my passion for writing be a platform for a viable opportunity? You have that passion. You have that message. And there are many topics, okay, that you may even be able to speak on from your vast internal library. Because just like I told you before, each and every one of us have a lot of information on the inside of us, things that we haven't even tapped into. And these are some of the things that you're passionate about. I want you to think about this. These are some of the things that you're really passionate about. But life gets in the way, and we busy, we live, busy lives. But I want you to really think about this today. Ask yourself this question. What lights me up? What is that lights me up? That I could go on talking, about it for hours at a time. Something that I get lost in talking about. Or it may be something that I could do with my eyes closed. What is that thing? What is that comes so easy for me where others may be struggling with it? You see, when you have a passion, you're experiencing an intensity or a burning desire toward this subject. What is that? It's something that has always been with you. It's a part of you. Maybe, you may have even touched on it. And maybe it might be even something in your head. But I'm going to tell you, anything is possible, y'all, if you believe and you execute your plan in order to reach your goal. Anything is possible. And that's why we're going to talk about this. Can your passion for writing be a platform for a viable opportunity? And this is something that, really hit home with me. Because you may have heard my story of how I was laid off twice, back to back, when the housing market went bust in 2006. How I tried looking for a job after, many months or many weeks, put it this way, of searching. And I finally received a call about a job. I worked 7 months and was laid off again. I was laid off again. And I'm going to tell you, during this entire scenario, I had fallen into a depression because I couldn't reach my monthly obligation of paying my bills on time. And that's something that really bothered me. It really bothered me. I had to make arrangements to pay my bills. And besides that, I was so frustrated because I was sending out resumes. I sent out resumes every morning, early in the morning. And I'm going to tell you, I had an impeccable resume with lots of experience and education. And I didn't understand why no one was calling me back. Now I had to go back to repeat the cycle again. And I'm going to tell you, they weren't offering me any guarantees. This was a bank merger. And if I told you the name of the bank, you would know. A bank merger, they closed the location. And, this was no guarantee that I would get that same position because, somebody with more experience or clout could get the position. And would I have to go back repeating this thing over and over again? It was an emotional time for me. So me and my husband, we discussed some things. And I'm going to tell you, writing has always been my hobby. I love writing. And it's something that I did for fun. It's something that I did for fun. I never thought about, selling books or anything of that nature. I was just writing to see how far I could expand my mind, creating things that, would even wow me. I love writing. And I'm going to tell you, I had even volunteered at, nonprofits where I was asked to teach classes. And I always wrote materials to, hand out to the participants. So, they could have something to study from. I studied, I researched, I wrote my booklets, I wrote workbooks, wrote articles, something I could give to the people who I was teaching, something I could give them to give them a better understanding of my message. Like I said, this was my passion. Writing was my passion. And it's something that I had to rely on to get me out of this dilemma. I used what I had in my hands and I start writing my books for profit. Okay? I start writing my books for profit. And he said this was already inside of me. But I was too busy climbing that corporate ladder that I didn't really, even recognize it. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, when you're working a job, we hardly ever concentrate on our internal value. We just don't. We get caught up in the dailies. And, sometimes we might even say how valuable we are to the company. But, for the most part, it's just talk. It's just talk. We're not really thinking about what we're saying. But when it comes to really seeing how much you are worth, you don't even see that because it's hidden in, within the duties at work. It's hidden within your duties. You're not even seeing that. You're not even considering that. I want to tell you, that layoff was the best thing that could have happened to me because it was a divine redirection. Because I'm going to tell you, I was just working for a paycheck, climbing the corporate ladder. Just like many other people, climbing the corporate ladder. Because that's how we're taught. Go to school, get a job, and blah, blah, blah. But when I came to this point in my life where I just couldn't take it anymore, when we come to a point in our lives where we have come to the end of ourselves, that's the point where we can look on the inside and see what we have to work with. Because, sometimes you work so hard for somebody else and you take pride in what you're doing. And suddenly it's snatched away from you. And that's not a good feeling, y'all. That's not a good feeling. So all of those emotions, were playing a part in my dilemma. All of those emotions. I took my passion, like I said, writing books, and I turned that into a viable business. Teaching women, this is where it's at now, teaching women how to overcome challenges, writing their books to generate a continuous stream of revenue. Somebody may be in this situation right now where they need an answer to paint a picture of what's possible for them to achieve in their book writing goals. I'm going to tell you, if I could do it, you could do it also. If you have that passion for writing, that passion for writing your book, there is nothing impossible for you. The first thing we're going to talk about today is, and this is where that pen and that piece of paper, comes into play, where you could jot down some notes. The first thing we're going to talk about is create an opportunity for yourself. That's very important. Create an opportunity for yourself. Your destiny. Let me tell you, your destiny should never be in the hands of anyone to direct how you should live, what you can do, what you can't do, what you can pay, what you can't pay, what you can buy, and what you can't buy. Your destiny you should never give anybody that much responsibility over your life. Never. You have to think about it. We've been taught some things, but you really have to sit down and think about it. Because you have everything you need on the inside of you to meet your every need. I'm going to tell you, people have started empires from their kitchen table, from their passion. Whatever that passion was. And you said that, you love writing. You love writing books. So create your book and position your book in the direction that you desire. I'm going to say that one more time. Create your book and position your book in the direction that you desire. That's very important. And I'm not telling you to quit your job, but what I'm telling you is for you to create a stream of revenue for yourself. Create that stream of revenue. So, what can you write about from all the trainings that you have taken? How many trainings have you been in? How about those seminars and those meetings that has caused your capacity to expand? Maybe you have gotten some of the material from those places, from those events. And you just have thrown those, booklets or, a lot of times it's, big folders, word of material. Maybe it's thrown in the closet somewhere. But all of those things, you have learned that has helped you along the way. And it has added value to you. And you could take that value and infuse that in a message into somebody else. So create a stage for yourself to spread your message to your ideal audience, because there's no limits that what you can't do from your own stage. There's no limits. Okay? You don't have to wait for anybody to invite you to a stage. Create your own stage. Create your own stage. It's time out for waiting for somebody to invite you. Create your own stage. That is very important, y'all. It's very, very important. It's time out to stop waiting. Okay? I don't know how I got on that subject, but I'm going to tell you, it's time out to stop, to be waiting for somebody to invite you. Here's another point that I'd like to bring about. When your writing passion becomes your purpose, when your writing passion becomes your purpose, there's a dramatic energy that opens you up to many different directions of opportunities for growth. Many directions. You know, there's life and expansion. Writing your book brings you a joy. You're encouraged to seek ways to get your audience, their answers, the answers to their questions that, they're asking. You show up in places where they are hanging out, ready to answer their questions. Because I'm going to tell you, it's not about, you, but it's all about your audience. No one has to push you because there's a fire that ignites you from the inside. Here's another point. Why following your writing passion is important. Why following your writing passion is important. Because there is a love for writing your message to reach your ideal audience. What happens is you'll properly present to them information that's going to give them an easy win. An easy win. Because they have been struggling with something and they can't figure it out. But because you want to see your audience win, you're going to give them that information. And in the information you give them, you're going to teach them. And it's going to be a lasting thing on the inside of them. It's going to bring them value. It's going to be very beneficial to them. And I'm going to tell you another thing. You look to serve your audience well. That's why your writing passion is important, because you're looking to serve your audience well. I'm going to tell you, money is not your immediate priority. It's not. Service is. When you understand, if you serve your audience well, you will never have a problem with money. That's a very important key, okay? Service. Not money, service. Like I tell you, first I started writing my books, for a profit. Then I began publishing books for others. And now I coach aspiring authors to write their books to generate a continuous stream of revenue from what was on the inside of me. Okay? When you are passionate about writing your books, you'll see greater opportunities that are available to you. And what happens is you use those first steps. Okay, that first step, you have to make that first step. Okay? And you turn that into a viable business. That's how Turning Point Enrichment was born, from that first step that I took. And I'm going to tell you, there's so many ways to expand, y'all, because you might not want to be a book coach. You might not want to, publish your book for others. But I'm going to tell you, there's so many ways to expand. But I'm going to tell you, you will never see them unless you start moving toward your first step. And that is writing your book. You'll never see it any other way. Because you can't see beforehand. You only have to see when you start moving forward. You only will see that. Here's something else to consider. What does it mean to find your writing passion? What does it mean to find that place? Well, finding your writing passion is taking inventory of your compelling interests. What are your compelling interests? What activates your energy? Where you see a situation and you already have the steps to either mitigate that or eliminate the pain points of your audience. That writing passion that's inside of you. It's there, y'all. It's there. Here's something else you could think about. Your writing passion will take you forward. You have a vision. And as you walk in your purpose, your vision begins to expand. That's why you must have goals set and plans on how to reach those goals. Because a lot of times people don't set goals, you know? It will never happen as long as you're sitting on the sidelines. Do you know how many areas that you can advance to just by, writing your book and the opportunities that are available to you? Do you really know what's really available to you? You don't have to be stuck in this situation. You don't have to be stuck in a situation. You could write your way to success. Because, like I said, you already have it all inside of you. I want to encourage you today. Many authors, they never make it that far because they have not set their goals. And, if you don't set your goals, you don't even have a plan. Okay? You don't even have a plan. You just don't start writing a book. You have to have goals and plans. So I'm going to ask you again. Can your passion for writing be a platform for a viable opportunity? Can it be? And, the answer is yes. Don't ever, ever, ever be afraid to reach your full potential. And, I understand, ladies, I understand that this may be new to you. But, that's why we're here, to help you see what's possible for you. Because I'm going to tell you, if I could do it, you could do it also. Sometimes you have to come to the end of yourself. Sometimes you have to say enough is enough. Enough is enough. Too many women are leaving money on the table. And it's there. But why are they leaving money on the table? Because they're just satisfied in, writing a book and selling a few copies. But I'm going to tell you, there's much more to that. There's much more for you. There's so much more that you could do with your book if you know how to position it, if you know those things. Because there's so much inside of you. You are worth it. I don't care where you've been. I don't care what you've been through. It was only a moment of time or a situation. That's not you. Do not, put a price tag on that and think, well, that's how much I'm worth. And this is what I'm settling for. Whatever that might be. Okay. There's so much more that you haven't even tapped into. And like I said, when we talk about selling 1 million copies of your book, that is not something that's impossible for you to do. Okay? I'm going to tell you, it's not. Not at all. And that's something that I also teach in this class. How to reach your millions. How to reach your million. Selling 1 million copies of your book. It's possible. So I'm trying to, schedule appointments before mid-October because we're moving into a busy season when it comes to mid-October. And I have a few slots that's open. So this is a great time to schedule your free 15-minute discovery call with me. And you could go there by going to bit.ly/generate revenue 2021. Again, that's bit.ly/generate revenue 2021. And I would love to talk to you about, writing your book and how your book could open up many different avenues for you. How it could open up many different avenues for you. So I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule today to join me on the Aspiring Authors Lab Morning Show. I'm your host, Gertrude J. Chapman, your #1 inspirational book coach. And don't forget to share this video out with a friend because you never know who may be thinking about writing a book. And this could be something that could help them, could benefit them. And I hope that what you've heard, that you have gained value from it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you the next time. So remember, this is your time, this is your season, this is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.